Hello students, calculus students, and general seekers of truth. In this video I will show you the limitations of L'Hopital's rule. Up to this point we've learned this magical rule that says you can just take derivatives and use that to help you evaluate limits. But it's important that you don't fall in love, at least not too deeply, with this rule. Because it has its restrictions and it has its limits, and there are some, no pun intended, but it has some restrictions on when you can use it. So as this example here, I'm going to evaluate this using L'Hopital's rule and show you why it fails. Okay. So to use L'Hopital's rule, we simply take the derivative of the numerator, which is 2n, over the derivative of the denominator, which is 2. That cancels, and this suggests that the answer is 1 using direct substitution. Just take 1 and plug it in here, okay? And we think that this is our final answer. Okay. However, if we just use direct substitution from the very beginning, you can see that this is 1 squared plus 1 over 2 times 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2 in the numerator and 3 in the denominator. And this is the actual correct answer. There's no discontinuity in this function when n is equal to 1, so we can just make the substitution. But if you go the route of L'Hopital's rule, you end up with an incorrect answer. Okay? And I've titled or subtitled this part Importance of Conditions. So it's worthwhile looking back at the conditions of L'Hopital's rule when it applies. If f and g are differentiable, our function in this case is differentiable, and the limit takes an indeterminate form. Okay? So it must take an indeterminate form before we can apply L'Hopital's rule. If it does not take an indeterminate form, you do not want to apply L'Hopital's rule. Okay? So basically, what L'Hopital's rule is good for is if we tried all of our other methods and we're not able to find a determinate answer. In other words, it takes an indeterminate form. Then we can apply L'Hopital's rule. But if direct substitution works just fine, then you should go with that from the very beginning.